G'day everyone, on this episode of Oz Customs we'll be getting the ute roadworthy. First thing we gotta do for roadworthy is get this peeling tin off all the windows. There we go, it's all done. It's looking so much better than that bubbly tin. I've now finished removing all the tin, so it's time to pull the toe, like the whole tow bar off. So I'll first take this toe ball bit off and then get under there with the rattle gun and take the rest off. That's a bit jarred. I finally got the tow ball mount off, and also if you can see where the Holden badge is missing there, I took it off the skid car, so when I get time I just stick that on there like that. Righto, it's now time to do the bushes. I'm going to start off with the panhard bar. That's the first bush out. I use the small screwdriver first to like get the edge and wreck it, and then I sat a bigger screwdriver through like this. I'll do an example like this, then use that, and then I hit the end with a mallet and like pushed it out, but that took a lot longer than I thought. But on to doing the other one. Alright, that's the second one out. Alright, now that the bushes are out, it's time to install new ones. Righto, so I've got the panhard bar back in. The bushes, I just used like a plate and clamped each side so it like spreads the weight on it, and it somewhat worked. But on this one I forgot to put grease in the bolt, which is where it's like it actually moves, so I'm going to take the bolt back out and re-grease that. Well, not re-grease, but put grease on it. Quick update, so I've done the bushes in this arm, that arm, so yeah, I'm pretty much just going to leave it at that for bushes until roadie, and if they say I need to do other bushes I'll do them, but I'll just leave it at that for now and hope it passes. So now that the bushes are all done, I'm just going to quickly slap the exhaust back on. Alright, that's the first bit of the exhaust done. Now just onto the last half. Righto, so I originally was planning on painting this bonnet and this door, because you can see it's been keyed, but someone on Marketplaces reckon a S-Pack ute, so they said $220 for the bonnet and door, so I'm going there tonight to pick it up. And I also got a tonneau cover. It's like, that looks crap though, yeah, you can see it's like that, and then it goes on an angle. I need like a curved one, so I'm going to keep my eye out for one of them. So I've got the new bonnet. It looks a lot better, so that's good, but I didn't only get the door and bonnet for $200. I also got that tonneau cover bar I was talking about. He gave it to me for free, and I got this goes up, like the plastic that goes up from the dash up like to the roof liner. I also got this what's it called, just a rubber that goes near the fuel cap because mine's broken. Tonneau pins, I got two of these for free because mine were missing. So yeah, for $220 I got a fair bit, and then someone's coming to buy my bonnet today I think for $120. Oh no, $150, sorry, so that'll get a bit of my money back, so that's pretty good. This door's also way better condition. I haven't checked yet but I'd say that's a bit of an upgrade. I reckon we now chuck this tonneau, I don't know what it's even called. out with the old and in with the new. Oh, what? Bro, it doesn't even line up. I think it's from a different ute, because, like, look, it's, like, on the right angle, because, like, if you think about it, you can't just, like, bend it to fit in there, because if you do, like, it'll be, like, curved too much, because, like, yeah, I don't know. I think this is clearly off a different ute then, so that's annoying. I'm just going to have to put the old one back in it then. Shit. Righto, the old one's back in. Righto, so now that the crossbar was no good, let's just chuck in these torn pins, because you can see one there's missing and over there's missing one, so let's get these in. Righto, we've run into another little issue. So I've put the pin in right. It doesn't line up either. The pin's like too far that way. So I'm just gonna take it back out and leave them two missing, because like that doesn't line up either. Righto, quick update. So I'm currently pulling the door card apart because I'm about to pull the door off, but I've spent ages fixing the this high beam because it wasn't working, and I found out it was because one of the fuses wasn't it was missing a fuse. So yeah, that's all fixed. I got a new light for this up there. I got a new light for that. Also the reverse lights weren't working, and it wasn't even in the globes. It was the selector thing that's in there, right? Let's go plug here. I can just show you something. It's in here, right? And it's like a plug like that, and it tells like the tail lights when it's in reverse. So yeah, that fixed the reverse lights not working. And I also adjusted the handbrake, so it's like the right amount of clicks. And the center console, I had to make custom brackets because they were broken. But yeah, so I'm now just gonna unplug the wires right here, then get my door removing kit, chuck in there and hammer the pins out. It's time to chuck the new door on. I also there was an exhaust leak, so I welded up the exhaust leak and then I just painted it, and it seems to have been fixed, so that's good. So when I was testing the indicators, I pressed the hazards button and the button flew off, and when I put it on crooked and it broke all the clips off. So now I need to pull that out and try and glue the button down there back onto it. I also got the key barrel out of my old door, so, oh my gosh. So for my new door, I can just use my same key for everything. Righto, after cracking the shits for about an hour, I finally got this. The door wires disconnected. I originally tried to pull them through like that and disconnect them, but that didn't work, and then I had to like try and route it back through. And finally I disconnected them from in here, but it's now time to knock the door pins out and then time to install the new door. There we go. What's that thing you removed? Righto, so I've got the new door and got the pins in. I've fed these connectors through and just got to plug them into the green ones there. But you just won't believe it. There is tint on this window. So I'm going to have to do what I done there again on this door. So that's going to be fun, but that'll have to happen another day. I can't be stuffed, but this new door had an aftermarket speaker on it, so I've taken my old speaker because I want to keep it original and have my old speaker on it because I'm pretty sure it works. So I've taken my connector off my old door. I've just got to solder that one on there and that one on there. So got the soldering iron. Let's get them soldered. Righto, I've got the solder done. Now let's get the heat shrink on. Righto, I'm now going to remove this tin. As you can see, it's really dark, but I'm not going to bore you with... Oh, what is that? Oh well, but yeah, I'm not going to bore you with me removing tint again, so I'm just not going to record this, but yeah, I'll see you once it's done. Tint's all off, so it actually went quick, because I think the tint's a lot newer than it was on the other door. And that's why it came off so much easier. But now I've just got to rub a razor blade along it and clean it all up. I'm now going to take it for a test drive to see if, like, warm it up and take it for a proper drive to see if there's any more oil leaks. Because I'm thinking that there's, like, last time I seen it, there was a bit of oil under it. So now that I've fixed, what was it? The thermostat was leaking a bit, so now, and the auto cool is also leaking, so hopefully it's been fixed and there's no more leaks. I've taken it for a test drive and let it cool down, so let's see if there's any oil on it. It actually looks clean as under there. Can you all see? I don't see a single drop of oil. That is what we want to see. Yeah, I don't see a single... Oh, no. I have spotted one. Looks like it's coming out the back of the auto. I'll quickly have a look at that. Righto, so, there's so many leaks under the car because I've had a look, so... I'm using diesel and a rag. I'm wiping all the grime and stuff off, and then I'm going to restart it like once it's clean and watch it and narrow down to where the leaks are. So I've wiped the top of the engine now. I'm going to lift it up and wipe underneath. Righto, so I've finished cleaning under it, so I'm now gonna drop the car back down and fix. I'll put different springs in because you can see these are loose. I don't think that's normal, so I'm gonna drop it down and pull the struts out. Righto, I've now got all the strut bolts out, so let's lift up and hope it falls out. Yeah, that's that one dropping out. Righto, I'm gonna just... I don't know what's going on, I'll just look. It's all looking pretty good so far. Righto, so I've got this strut out. I also got 2 new boots, the rubber boots, because this one is absolutely destroyed, and same on the other side. So also I got some bushes for here, so I'll put the new ones in whilst I have it out. But I'll now show you how I got it off. Got the whole strut out on this side, but these things twist and come out. They're pricks though. They're like, there we go. You gotta like twist them, because like I couldn't find any videos on how to do it, but it's hard to explain, but it's like got a flat side and it locks in. But yeah, so that thing's easy to remove once you figure out like how it comes out. Here's the bushes kit. This bar doesn't look bad or anything, but I might as well just put the new ones in because I've got them here, so I might as well just put this whole new setup in, you know, just because it'll look nice and shiny. Look out, she's looking blinged up now. Nice and shiny. Woo! Righto, so I've started off by first removing this sway bar. This bar, because it actually makes it a lot easier to pull everything else out once that bar's removed. Righto, now that the sway bar link's loose, it's now time to do these 2 bolts here, but To do the bottom one, you can't get the bolt out without removing that brake bolt. So I'll remove that top one first, and then I can remove the bottom right. This is why stock springs are coming back in. Look at that, they're not even sitting on. Like, yeah, I definitely wouldn't have passed roadworthy with these in it. I'm now removing this bolt so I can get this one out, because yeah, this bolt's long, see, and it hits this when it's in. So once this bolt's removed, this one should come out, no worries. Just like that, the strut is out. Now I'm going to put the new link on and bushes. That is the new one on. Righto, now that the struts are all out, I'm going to pull the top off these, get the springs out, and switch the rubber boots over to my new ones. So I've got the strut all apart. It looks like the rubber's just zip tied on here. And it looks like it used to have a hose clamp on there. On this one though, it has a hose clamp, so I'm assuming something's happened here and they've taken the hose clamp off. But I'll just have to try and find another one. I think that's how they go at least. There we go, that's that rubber off. It was just zip tied on, broke the zip tie and it came right off. Shout out to ChatGPT, it just told me. So the narrow end up the top of it, that faces, so pretty much the way it is in a packet is the way it faces when you're looking at the strut upways. So that goes to the top and that goes to the bottom. So I'll put that on there, and I've also decided I'm just going to zip tie the top and the bottom, because ChatGPT said it should pass roadworthy fine if I make sure the zip ties are tight and are cut short so it doesn't look like a mess. Righto, ChatGPT was definitely wrong, because look at that, there is no way that's fitting around it, but this side fits on there good, and then it should sit on there better. So I don't know what ChatGPT was on about, but it was incorrect. So that's one done. Now it's time to do the next one. The second one done. So pretty much after all this, I was compressing a spring, right? And the spring compressor shot off, and I'm now shitting bricks. So what I'm gonna do is get the stock springs out of the skid car, because they got stock springs and rubber boots. I'm gonna put the skid car springs, well, the whole strut in here, because they're roadworthy, I'd say. And then I'm gonna put the lowered springs back on the struts and pretty much do everything back to front. But yeah, so I'm just going to do a complete swap over, because I am not messing with spring compressors ever again. Here's my stock struts, so let's get them in. So I've got my struts in, I've tightened like the bolts down here and the sway bar and everything, but I'm going to put the wheels on, lower it, and then, because when it's all lowered and these bolts are tight, it's going to like readjust everything. So if something's not sitting right, it might like go loose, and then I'll just tighten it. So I'll pretty much lower it, tighten these top strut bolts, and then I'm going to just go over every bolt again, make sure they're all tight. Righto, so I've got the struts all done, so that's good. Frick, it took like a week and a bit, because there's so much stuffing around with springs, but look, it's good now, because they should be roady. Look at that, she's like a monster truck. Oh, it looks so terrible being up so high, but doesn't matter. Once she's on the road, she'll be going back onto choppies. Righto, so I was warming the car up, and because I had to move it back on to the hoist because the skid car was on there, and I was just letting it warm up so I didn't foul the plugs, because turning it on and off cold heaps will foul them up. And I was just on my phone, I look up, and it was just pouring smoke out the bloody bonnet. Look at this. I don't know, it's one of the pulley things. I don't know what it does, but yeah, it's absolutely destroyed. It was just pouring smoke out the bonnet. I was like, fuck, what's going on? But yeah, I'm just gonna, I don't know if I'll replace just this one or get the full like pulley upgrade kit off eBay, but yeah. So that was a bit shit, but oh well. Alright, as you can see, the belt is actually destroyed. So I've got my new idler thingy. I think it's called like idler roller or something. Then I've got a new belt, so I'll put my new belt on and then chuck a battery in it, and yeah, so let's just get this belt on. Righto, the new belt's on, battery's in, so let's see if she wants to go. Sweet, looks like she's running good. Righto, that's it for this episode. In the next episode on this shoot, I'll worry about all the oil leaks, but yeah, I think got a bit of progress done, you know, front shocks, like front struts, all that stuff, you know, so yeah, hopefully not much more work until Roady.